Well, hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another episode of Box Art Reviews. And this is number 38. Last week I did not do an episode because I was very busy, and to be honest, I still am busy, but I'm going to do one anyway. And I'm not just going to do the games of this week, but seeing that I didn't do one of last week, I'm going to do the box arts of last week too. So there you go, you get a double dosing of box arts. Well, not really, you get 2 extra box arts. So there you go. So without further ado, let's get straight into it with the 2 I did not cover last week. And the first one being Grid 2, which is a racing game from Codemasters, and I actually did play this game and I thought it was actually pretty good. Now I'm not going to have a review for it, so let me just say straight up, it's good. If you like racing games, you will like this. Give it a try. But the box art itself is fairly generic. It's exactly what you'd expect from a racing box art. You have 3 cars going extremely fast. How can you tell they're going fast? You can see blur lines, just like in every racing box art in the background. And unlike most racing box arts, I'll give it this. Most box arts have the car whizzing by from the side. This one is actually a front view of them going towards us, the viewer. But for the most part, it's the same stuff as that silver grayish motif that freaking Fast and Furious Showdown had. So that's not a good thing because that box art sucked. But this one is definitely better. The game itself looks better. So it has that too. Yeah, it's a generic box art. Nothing great about it. But you know what? If you're a big racing fan, it won't matter to you. You see, cool ass sports cars and you're going to play it anyway. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. So let's go on to our next box art, which is Fuse, which is the final game from last week that I will be talking about, and this is a game I will have a review for this Wednesday, so look forward to that. With that being said, let me actually talk about the box art. As you can tell, this box art is extremely orange, which isn't very typical for a box art. The only other game I could think of recently that used orange this much was Borderlands 2, but that was it. So yeah, they use orange besides blue, which every box art does, so I have to give them credit there. And besides that, it's a fairly generic box art. You have 2 dudes, 2 chicks just walking towards the camera, looking badass, have their poses, their stances, whatnot. They look cool. I like that they use the orange background and stuff. I guess there's an explosion going on in the background. I can't really tell. You can see their weapons. It looks cool. It does. I mean, it tells you straight up what this game is about. All right. There's going to be a lot of orange and there's going to be guns. Well, there's not too much orange, but there's a lot of guns and you play as badasses. So there you go. And you can tell from their poses that they're badasses. Now, one thing that I thought was really funny about this box art is that all the faces are cut off in half on the top half, but the black dude on the Xbox 360 version, you can't see his lower half of his head because the NTSC logo is covering it. So I thought that was pretty funny. The Xbox 360 version is racist. Get the PS3 version. So yeah, the box art itself, besides that, is pretty generic. It's not terrible at all. I actually kind of like it in parts, but it's not great. I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. Only because I like orange. So let's go on to our next box art, which is Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS. A brand new Animal Crossing game so I can go and pay my rent. Hoorah. Actually, you play as the mayor, so I don't think you need to pay your rent, so yay! Now, as expected from Nintendo, the box art itself is extremely colorful. I mean, look at the colors. Red, blue, green, yellow, white, just tons of colors. And it is like jam-packed with stuff to look at. I mean, so look at all the things in the environment, look at all the characters doing something. There is tons to look at. So they actually crammed this box art well, enough stuff to make you go, damn, it looks very lively and it looks like it could be a lot of fun, just like I want from an Animal Crossing game. So really, there's not much else to say about this box art. It's colorful, it's very nice looking, makes me really want to play Animal Crossing. I like this box art a lot, and Nintendo knows how to make a good box art. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Very colorful, very nice. Let's go on to the next one, which is Minecraft Xbox 360 edition, which is finally coming out on disc after it being a Xbox Live Arcade game for about a year, actually over a year. So it's finally out on disc. If you don't have Xbox Live, then guess what? Time to play some Minecraft, baby. And just like Animal Crossing, this box art is very colorful and has plenty of stuff going on in the environment. You got pigs, you got wolves, you got creepers, you got skeleton dudes, you got chickens, you got a cow up there, you got the environment itself, which is all made of blocks, so there's not really much stuff to look at there. But it's very colorful. They use green, blue, whites, whatever, just like Animal Crossing. It might not look as good as Animal Crossing, but hell, Minecraft isn't really the best looking game of this generation or anything. It's not Crisis 3, so they can't make the box art look like, oh, look at all this epic stuff. No, it's just a bunch of blocks. You know, they form together to make characters. Here's some colors. How do you like it? And I actually do like it. It looks good for kids and for adults that are big gamers. Most likely you already know what Minecraft is, so have a piece of the Minecraft pie. It's fun. It's good. So I like this box art. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Not as good as Animal Crossing, but still good. So let's go on to our next one, which is Skyrim Legendary Edition is here. Has some DLCs that you might not have played. Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn's here. Looks exactly the same as the original box art, except now it's silver and in a steelbook. Dragonborn. So yeah, it looks pretty much exactly the same as the original, except it's silver. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Let's go on to our next box art, which is Remember Me, which is the final box art for today. And oh boy, am I excited to play this game. Now, let me say this. Remember earlier in this video when I said Fuse had a lot of orange and it was probably the most recent game that used a lot of orange? Well, guess what? I was wrong, because Remember Me uses orange a lot. In the background, you have Neo Paris. You got the Eiffel Tower, you got some other buildings and some stuff flying around. That's how you can tell it's the future Paris, because there's things flying around and stuff. And in the foreground, of course, you have the main character, which I can't remember her name, which is funny because it's called Remember Me, and I can't remember her. It's funny, laugh. I can't remember her name. I'm serious. But there she is. She looks pretty cool, especially the lower region, which obviously Capcom really wanted us to see, which is fine. That's cool. I like the whole memory thing that's going on in the top left corner of this. I think that's a really cool feature, seeing that that is a big feature of the gameplay of the game. I just like how this box art is put together. You got some white, you got some black, you got some orange, you got some lower regions. That's everything I want in a box art, you know, colors and booty. So there you go. There's my review for the box art. I'm going to give it, I actually really do like this box art. I think it just is very well put together, especially the lower half. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, just like I gave Animal Crossing, but of course for a completely different reason than Animal Crossing. That was cutesy. This one's 7.5 out of 10. So there you go. There's another episode of Box Art Reviews. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week will be a pretty big one, seeing that it is E3 week. So I will be taking a look at the games that came out during E3. So yay. But until then, I am Gore the Movie God. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.